What's up, YouTube? So in this video, I'm going to be doing a 5-minute review / summary of this book, Path by Peter Mallouk and Tony Robbins. Hope you enjoy. Alright, so for the first minute, I'm going to be doing chapter 1 and 3, both are which by Tony Robbins. So I would have to say that these chapters are actually pretty good. Chapter 1, it's called The Path to Freedom. He talks about being free, and we all want to be truly free to do more of what we want, when we want, and share with those we love. And then he ties that back into investing. He has a chart in here that I'll show for how your annual savings to become a millionaire by 65, and he talks about it takes decades to become an overnight success. Chapter 3 is pretty interesting because he talks about the driving force behind every decision. He talks about the patterns of humans' behavior and what really may be motivating us in our decisions. He introduces the 6 needs. Need 1 is certainty. Need 2 is variety, uncertainty. Need 3 is significance. Need 4 is love and connection. Need 5 is growth. And need 6 is contribution. In chapter 4, this one's by Peter Mallouk, this is about choosing a financial advisor for your journey to financial freedom. He says that the value of financial advisors, and the right ones, pay themselves many times over, which is true, but he also does say that most advisors will do more harm than good. He says that there's a conflict of interest with selecting a financial advisor, meaning that are you an advisor or are you a broker? Meaning, do the financial advisors get paid through commissions or do they get paid another way? He gives you many questions to ask your potential financial advisor on the path to financial freedom, meaning when you meet with them. And there's a lot of financial jargon in here, like custody, competence. These are all words that you probably would be on the test to become a financial advisor. It's kind of like becoming a broker. So he says what to avoid: brokers, stock pickers. Basically, he's saying that you want to look for someone that is highly sophisticated, meaning has high skills in financial advisement, and a high fiduciary. Not all financial advisors are created equal. Now, this is where the book gets pretty interesting. Chapter 6 is managing risk, talking about how we put more time into picking our pizza than we do to our investment choices, which is pretty cool because I haven't heard of it that way before, but it's true. In this chapter, he talks about how what happens if you were to be unable to work anymore. So there's that, and he talks about the types of insurance you should have in case of any of those happen, and they're all pretty good. And chapter 7 is estate planning, your financial endgame, meaning what happens after you've done everything right and then you pass away. So what happens to your money? And basically, unless you want it to go to the government, then you should have a will. Avoid probate by having a will. Basically, everything that happens after you pass away in chapter 7. The final minute of reviewing will be chapter 8 and 10. Chapter 8 is basically talking about the stock market and probably the best investment class out there. Not calling it the best, but one of the best investment classes out there, by saying that name them something that's easy to get into, easy to get out of, and returns almost 10% a year, and that would be the stock market. And then he goes on to talk about how all the financial pundits talking about, oh, it's going to crash, oh, it's going up, oh, it's going to crash. They're all liars, basically. They don't really know what they're talking about. No one really knows what they're talking about when it comes to, not no one knows what they're talking about. No one can predict the stock market, apparently. Don't time the market. Just put your money in and let it ride. Chapter 10, asset classes. This is another good chapter where he basically goes over the different assets in the book, calling cash an illusion of safety. Bonds are basically like loans to people to pay back over time plus interest, to the government, to corporations, to municipalities like states and stuff. Then he talks about stocks. Real estate's a good one. Commodities. Forgot to mention, he does mention cryptocurrencies. He doesn't. Now Peter Mallouk doesn't call himself a fortune teller, but he did say that he believes blockchain is going to change the world. But he did say that Bitcoin is down to 5,000 at the time of this writing. Well, now Bitcoin is up around 20,000 at the time of this video. So yeah. So that would be my summary of the path. My review of it is I give it 4 to 5 stars, only because he talks a lot about in one of the chapters for choosing a financial advisor. He goes over every single detail that you could possibly want to choose for a financial advisor, And it did seem like the book was marketed by Tony Robbins to be from Tony Robbins as his next book, but it actually wasn't. It was actually by Peter Mallouk with Tony Robbins. So for that reason, I give it 4 out of 5 stars, and I'll leave a link below for you to go get it. Peace.